Makoto asks Mio if he can look for the ambrosia flower. Mio tells him that if it is to create more medicine. Makoto tells him that before they used ruby joss, but he would like to use the original flower to have a good product. Mio tells him that he will do it, but he asks what Makoto is going to do. Makoto tells him that he is going to prepare the store. Makoto asks Rembrandt if he can rent a place to put his shop there, and Rembrandt agrees to help him. He recommends that he go to a neutral kingdom and open his shop there. He has an acquaintance in that kingdom who can help him. Makoto tells him that he will do it and thanks him, and then returns to Aku. Mio arrives at the Tanarak forest with the group, but two girls are watching them. Makoto discovers that the debilitating magic does not affect him, and Shen says that Makoto has become stronger. The other races of Aku held a banquet on behalf of his master. Later, Shen and Mine were eating under a tree, and they feel a presence and get scared and go looking for Makoto. Makoto was practicing with his bow, and Mio appears. Makoto is scared that Mio and Shen are there, and Mine approaches him and asks him if he is alive. Makoto says yes, and he does not understand anything about what is happening. He asks Shen what is happening, and Shen tells him if he was practicing archery. Makoto says yes. Shen asks him if he was training all this time, and Makoto tells him that yes, something happened, and Shen tells him that he died several times. But Makoto does not understand anything since he is alive. Shen tells him that Makoto scattered his consciousness, hit the target, and then he shot him. And Makoto says yes. Mio, crying, tells him that consciousness can only be dispersed when one dies. What Makoto did is considered suicide. Makoto says that everything is fine since he is still alive. Shen explains that the growth of mana has a limit, that no matter how much you train, you will never exceed that limit. But by dispersing his consciousness, Makoto exceeded that limit, and his mana does not stop growing. Makoto can't believe that just happened for shooting some arrows. Makoto asks Shen if he can't shoot any more arrows, and Shen tells him that he can, as long as he doesn't concentrate. The level of mana he has is equivalent to that of the goddess, and his mana is also growing in the world of Aku. Makoto is surprised at everything, and Shen tells him that Aku exists because of a fusion between Makoto's powers and hers. If the goddess finds out about all this, it is very likely that she will come to kill him. Another day, Makoto was going to buy things for his store, and a bag fell on him, but a girl goes to pick it up. Makoto helps her and sees that it was a cat girl. A woman appears and tells him that he is very kind. Makoto realizes that he is in the red zone of the neighborhood, and the woman tells him that she has no clients and she is bored, and that she is going to give him a special service. But Shen and Mio appear and take him away. Makoto tells Mio to go right to negotiate with the race that protected the ambrosia silver, and Mine is excited and says yes. They go to the forest, and Makoto realizes that they are following him. Mio uses his powers to distract them and escape. They arrive where the ambrosia grows, and Makoto remembers his little sister and asks for Mio's hand. Mio is surprised. Makoto tells him that he reminded him of his little sister, that it is not what she thinks. Mio tells him that he will gladly take his hand. They both walk hand in hand around the ambrosia, but they are interrupted by two girls. They tell them to leave the forest. Makoto tells them that they are not bad, but Mio gets angry, and Makoto tries to calm her down. The people who are following them before appear and say that they are going to take all the ambrosia. The forest keepers realize that the intruders are human thieves. Makoto tells everyone to calm down, but Iri attacks them with magic. Makoto nullifies Iri's magic and the other girl attacks them, but Makoto manages to repel the attack. However, Mio is still angry. While running away, Shen speaks to Makoto telepathically and tells him that he might know what's happening. But he didn't want to interrupt because he and I were on a secret date. Makoto asks him to do something to distract the adventurers, and Shen suggests using her fog to open a portal. Makoto uses her magic as a distraction and Shen teleports the adventurers with her portals. In the process, Makoto hurts her hand and tries to use her blood, but Mio licks her hand and she wakes up. Makoto uses light magic and destroys the girls' weapons. The adventurers are transported to the Mirage City. Makoto manages to make the two girls listen to him and explains that he came to negotiate, not to steal their ambrosia. The two girls, Iri and Aqua, take them to their town and they meet the town elders. There they find out that the forest ogres are the ancestors of the elves. Later, Aqua reintroduces Makoto and Mio to their teacher, but Makoto doesn't want to see him. The teacher appears and breaks the wall to shake hands with Makoto. Mio hits the teacher and flies off. Makoto asks Mio to investigate that teacher and Mio accepts. Mio discovers that the master of Aqua and Iri is possessed by a demon. Makoto asks Mio to switch places with Shen. Later, Makoto sees the master grabbing someone and absorbing his life force, and the demon appears, revealing that it was inside the teacher all along. The demon attacks Makoto, but Makoto does nothing because the debilitating magic does not affect him, and nullifies his attack. Makoto attacks the demon and begs him not to kill him. Makoto tells him that he is not going to kill him. Shen appears, and Makoto tells him to take the demon away and teleport him. The elders tell Makoto that they were planning to execute him as soon as he lowered his guard. Shen appears with an old man, but Makoto does not recognize her. Shen tells him that he does not recognize her because she has that shape, and the old man remembers and tells everyone that she is the dragon Shen. They all kneel down, and Shen says that they should do that with their master Makoto. The elders are surprised. Later, Makoto questions the demon, and the demon tells him that he did all that to become a grant. Makoto asks what that is, and the demon tells him that a grant is the evolution of humans, a being that surpasses humans in every way. The demon asks what magic Makoto used to defeat him, and Makoto tells him that he used dark magic. The demon does not believe him and insults him, but Shen and Mio threaten him for yelling at his master. Makoto asks him if he can sell him his grimoires, and the demon thinks it's strange that Makoto wants to learn his techniques. Makoto tells him that he really wants to learn. Shen tells him that everything he learned was in vain because the only ones capable of traveling to other worlds are the grants, and Makoto thinks that his parents are grants. Shen tells the demon that if he wants to make a pact with his master to learn new things. The demon asks Makoto if he needs his help. Makoto says that he just wanted to travel to another world like him and tells him that if he needs his help, they can begin to make a pact. The demon transforms into a long-haired boy, and Mind says that they have to teach him how to treat his master. Shen has a headache, and an explosion is heard, and Chen falls to the ground, bleeding to death. Makoto asks Mio to stop the bleeding and heal Chen and asks Lick to go with him to the explosion. Makoto tells him that if he can heal Hokuto where they are, then he should do it. Lick uses his healing magic, and Makoto runs and sees Hokuto dead and Emma crying. Lick tells Makoto that Hokuto is not dead and that Makoto has healing magic that can revive him. Makoto uses it but can't and uses another Kai inside another Kai and manages to bring Hokuto back to life. Lick tells Makoto that he is going to cure the others. Emma gives Makoto an orc's necklace and tells him that the humans are in that direction. Makoto goes and sees the origin of the explosion. He also sees several portals with adventurers on the other side. The portal's close and Makoto puts his hand into one and sees the memories of the adventurous woman. The woman reaches Saige and a mist appears and Makoto appears. The woman is scared and threatens Makoto with her sword so that he doesn't come close, and Makoto pulls out a short sword that the orcs gave him like the one who died because of him. The woman attacks Makoto and Makoto cuts off her hands. The woman tells him to leave and Makoto kills her and says that it is the first time he kills someone, and he begins to cry because the world where he comes from is sad when someone dies. The next day they made a funeral for the orc and the fragment of Shen. Later Makoto names the Lick and Shiki. Shiki likes his new name. Shen tells Makoto that now that he killed that woman he must be ready to be the king of Aku. Mio begins to argue with Shen because of who the two are. She has a better connection with Makoto. Later Makoto tells Emma that they are going to build a wall so they think that there is nothing more after the Mirage City. The next day Makoto was with Rembrandt and he tells him that in the place he told him before there are many schools and there is a lot of knowledge there, and he asks him when he plans to go there. Makoto tells him to leave his shop in the hands of his colleagues and then go as soon as possible. Makoto tells him that he lied and takes off his mask, and Rembrandt tells him that when his wife and daughters change shape, he still loved her the same, and no matter what appearance he has, he will continue to trust Makoto. Makoto tells Shen and Mio that he will take Shiki on a mission since Shiki used to be a human investigator, and he does not believe that he will destroy the city. Makoto gives a souvenir of him to Shen and Mio. They fire Makoto and Shiki and head on their mission, but the goddess finds him and teleports him to Makoto. A girl named Sophia appears and attacks him and manages to cut off 2 of his fingers. Sophia attacks Makoto and he creates a shield. Makoto asks them why they are attacking him if he didn't do anything to them. Sophia tells him that they are not on the side of the humans but of the demons, and that makes them enemies. Makoto attacks them, but the boy covers himself, and Sophia uses his sword as a shield. Makoto tries to run away, but there is a wall of swords, and he almost steps on one. Sophia appears and attacks Makoto, but he manages to create a shield. Sophia uses her ring and nullifies the protection that the goddess supposedly gave Makoto, but Makoto says that the goddess did not give him any protection. The boy asks him how is that possible if it fell from the sky bathed in its golden glow. Makoto says he wonders the same thing but has no reason to fight with them. The boy introduces himself as Lancer and tells Makoto to prepare to die. Makoto takes off a ring and releases a bit of its power. He creates a bow of fire and uses the arrow that the dwarves made for him. Sophia tries to deflect the attack, but she can't, and Lancer's shield breaks. Both are surprised at how strong Makoto has become. Lancer asks Sophia to help him return the power he gave him, and Makoto attacks again using water magic. Lancer uses a water shield, but Makoto manages to penetrate it. Makoto is happy, but Sophia attacks him. Makoto uses his sword to break Sophia's sword. Makoto is surprised although they are the weapons of the dwarves. Sophia hugs Makoto and takes him to the sky and drops him. Makoto uses his powers to destroy the swords of heaven and with a bow of water attacks them with a huge attack. Sophia and Lancer survive, and Sophia says that her suit tore and she was left naked. Lancer says that he lost a leg, and Sophia says that if Makoto survived, he will find them again. Makoto wakes up in a bed with she and Mind sleeping next to him, and he realizes that he recovered his fingers. Later, Makoto thinks about his parents and how he would like to discover things about them little by little. Emma calls him for her farewell banquet and Makoto goes with her. Makoto thinks that the world is not as bad as he thought, but Shiki calls him and tells him that something is wrong and that Shen and Mio are starting to fight, and Makoto says I take it back. The future doesn't seem so bright.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.